sophomores, Happy New Year. Hope you all had wonderful breaks and were able to get some relaxation in, and also do some catching up for our class and preparing for your upcoming finals, which you know are just around the corner. So for this week, I really encourage you to take a look at our content sooner rather than later, because it's all designed to, again, continue to help you prepare for your final exams and feel really confident about acing them. So the homework for this week is due next Wednesday, January 13th by 11:59 p.m. And here's what we have on deck. First, I'd like you to review the Test Taking Tips website, and I want you to pay particular attention to the specific test-taking areas that you struggle with. Many of you mentioned in your discussion posts that you struggle with essay tests, so I'm sure that a lot of you are going to take a look at that particular section on the website. Second, I'd like you to review the PDF about creating study guides. It gives you some tips for how to create study guides, some different examples of study guides that you could create. And then I want you to use that information to create your very own study guide for an upcoming test, meaning final exam. Or if you don't have any finals, I don't know, I think everybody has finals, but if you don't, you could be a test in one of your more challenging classes, okay? So there's a lot of liberty with this, but I really want you to try to find helpful in preparing for that final. Also, I want to mention that when you're in college, not every professor gives you a study guide. I'm guessing that many of you probably get study guides in high school, but the reason I'm having you do this now is it's a good skill to get in the habit of developing so that when you're in college you are taking more ownership and control of your own education. And third, what I'd like you to do is share on the discussion board how you plan to use at least one general test-taking tip and one specific test-taking tip from the website that you looked at to study for your future tests and exams. Also, share any photographs or screenshots of the study guide that you created. And if you do choose to use an electronic resource to create your study guide, like Quizlet or Study Blue, include some links to that along with the screenshots. Be sure that you tell us what class you created that study guide for and how it's helped you prepare for your upcoming tests or finals. And then make sure that you remember to read and respond to another person's discussion board post and talk about how what they shared compares to what you shared. So that's what I've got for you this week. I also brought along a few supplies that I think you probably want to have handy as you are preparing for finals. One, pencils. You know, you want to make sure you have those with you. Very, very useful. I'll put them, let's see, try to put them behind my ears here. I don't know if I can fit two there, but, well, nope, fell. Okay, don't try that at home. Sharp objects are no good. So the other thing is maybe you have a handy-dandy whiteboard. This actually is something that I use in my class here in Madison. It has some drawings from some students, but if you have access to a whiteboard, you know, sometimes you can get them pretty inexpensively at Kmart, Walmart, Target, your favorite, whoops, another pencil just died there. Anyway, whiteboards can be really awesome and handy to do, you know, any kind of quizzing of yourself. And so maybe you've got some kind of grammar concept that you need to remember, like what is a pronoun? Yes, pronoun, that's correctly spelled. Okay, so in any case, this can be really handy to have something like this. So I'll leave you with that. And I'm also going to ask Eddie to share with us some of his tips for how he prepares for finals. So thank you very much. Best wishes on those final exams. I look forward to seeing the study guides that you create. Go team.
Hello students. So I have a couple study tips for you all today. The first one is in engineering school I take a lot of math courses. So if you're having any sort of like mathematics final or science final, what I like to do is as I go through the homework through the semester, I just write down any extra formulas or information that I know I'm going to need to remember in the future. And I make just a full note sheet of the formulas as I go through the work. So throughout the semester I'm generally just building a note sheet for all the formulas I need. And then right before the final, while I'm cramming or doing any last-minute planning, I just make sure I go through that note sheet and make sure that I'm remembering how I use the formulas in context as well. For some of my other courses that require a little bit more vocab, I like to do a similar thing, but what I do is I go through and I make a list of the vocabulary terms that I'm going to need to know in the future as I go through and read the chapters. That way I can go back and read them, and then I can go to the glossary and actually get a definition for each one. So I fill out the definitions kind of after the fact, and that's part of my review, just filling out those definitions to make sure that I have them. All right, so for tech, you all will be working with Vesma. She's actually already started creating the content for this course. The course will launch Monday the 18th of this month, so keep an eye out for that. You'll receive an email from her with the opening of the course and the beginning of content. For this course, you'll all need to create Codecademy accounts. So I'll include information in the email when I send this video out, but basically you'll need to send us your Codecademy username. Here's a link to Codecademy, and I'll include that in the email that I send out to you all, along with additional information on how to get the Codecademy account. Alright, that's all. Happy New Year, and see you all next time.